You should do an intro.
I don't usually do intros.
That's why you should do it.
Is this our intro now?
No.
I think it should be.
Well, I guess it's up to you.
Okay, let's go. I'm Air327, and
I'm redxparasite, and this is Trauma Team.
that was something.
Yeah, it certainly was. So, we're gonna do some diagnosis now. We're gonna diagnose some things.
Yay.
Yay.
This is one of the ones that's basically
Gabe, I'm coming
single
in.
player with both of us talking to each other.
Yeah.
Please excuse us, Doctor.
So I probably could have just
It's
left the Wii
heavy.
remote disconnected. It disconnected between episodes because they
What's
do that
going
after a
on?
while.
Is this Wag over
No one
here?
told me I'm getting a roommate.
Ta-da! Isn't it amazing?
The red one goes over there.
Let me introduce you to your
I've
new
never done this
partner,
before. How am I
the
supposed
RONI system.
Now, what does that stand for? I don't know if they actually tell you. Maybe they do. We'll find out. If it doesn't happen now, it's never happening.
Isha, my office isn't a storage room.
This baby's built to help diagnosticians like you.
I also like
It sorts
how he
and
knows
reviews
nothing
records.
about it.
It also has a disease
Even though, in
database.
real life you'd have, committee meetings or something about getting
Amazing.
this sort of
I'm sure even
technology,
NASA'd be impressed. So if we're sued,
Yeah.
the records are here. Thanks for the trust.
Gabe, just try it out. I'm sure you'll like it.
Right, I'm sure. If you ask me, this thing's just...
Good morning, Dr. Cunningham.
For the love of God! This thing talks!
I like how for no particular reason
I'm
the
sure you'll
speakers
get
come
along
out of the
just
side instead of just
fine.
staying out there.
I'll leave
Yeah.
you alone.
Later.
Sorry for the intrusion, Doctor. Hey, Emma, you should...
Unnecessary design
Isha!
complications.
Yeah, so by the way, she's the chief. There.
Great.
In case that wasn't
Supposed to do with
obvious.
this thing.
Condition identified. Deep sighing. A possible sign of cardiac neurosis caused by fatigue. Recommend ingestion of beta blockers or tranquilizers.
Great. Thanks for the tip. Look, I got a favor to ask. Since you're so smart.
Yes, Doctor. What is your request?
Just don't talk anymore unless I ask you to. Okay?
But there is
Just
science
sit
to be
there
done.
Like a rock. You got it?
Yes, Doctor. But my composition is 82% petroleum processed materials. With my 10% mineral base, I cannot be a very convincing rock.
Looks like I got company.
Yeah,
Hold
these
on
two
one
are
sec.
really funny together.
Yeah, I do remember enjoying their interactions.
Okay, our
So,
first patient.
How do I...
Okay,
use
technically our second patient, but
Mm-hmm.
our first one to diagnose.
Examine the patient and enter in all observed conditions. Then I will calculate the most probable disease. Currently,
Hey, just one step at a time here, buddy. Not a robot.
correct. There is a 90% probability that you are human.
Well, it's actually interesting how
Get back to me
close
on that 10%
humans
some
come to
other time.
failing the Turing test. Sometimes.
Now, let's...
Reminding me, I can't remember for the life of me right now what it's called, but I know there's a subreddit for people pretending to be robots, pretending to be humans.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a bunch of really stupid
hello.
text posts. I've seen it a
I-
couple times. It's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. For any of you who don't know what the Turing test is, basically it's a test of whether or not determining something is a computer or a human. So
Or
the subject doing
accurately,
the
it's-
testing.
Well, more accurately, it's a test to see if an AI is advanced enough to be capable of convincing a human that it
it's
is itself
itself
a
a
human,
human.
even though it isn't.
Yeah. So basically the person evaluating doesn't know if there's a human or a computer on the other side, and they're supposed to judge whether or not they think, the person or the thing that they're talking to is a computer or a human.
Yeah,
Hey,
and it has
no
been
need to be
passed, but if
nervous.
I
Just
remember right,
relax.
I don't remember the details, but I think computer was pretending to basically be a mentally challenged child.
Oh, yeah?
So it didn't really have to try as hard as you might think.
Yeah.
Well then, are you ready, Miss Super Robot?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, so
But I am
diagnosis
not a
is
super
broken
robot.
up into a
I
few
am a
different
diagnostics assistance terminal.
areas
Whatever, just
where you
stop
can
talking.
find symptoms. So basically
Let's
the whole
start
goal
the
is to find
consultation.
symptoms, and then you can match them up with conditions.
The funny thing is, I'm taking an artificial intelligence class, and this, like, looking at how this computer works again,
Now, let's see
it's
what you've got to say.
basically
Why'd you
an
come to the
expert
hospital?
system with text-to-speech and voice
Yeah.
recognition.
Well, it's actually interesting because now this kind of machine could, realistically exist.
I mean, if someone took the time to enter enough data into it, yeah, you could make one of these.
Oh, yes.
I mean, really, the most, like, legitimately challenging part would be getting text-to-speech and voice recognition working. The most
I'm in the school
time-consuming
choir.
part would probably be
There's
getting
an
all the
important
information
competition
together.
coming up soon.
I'm trying to remember where I've heard like this voice before, because I know I've heard it before.
But my throat feels all weird for some reason.
Oh, I think it's Rise Kujikawa's voice actress. That's what I want to say.
Well, I'm not holding a controller. Should I go off to IMDb and see if there's information about this random character?
Sure.
Would you
It's kind of
recognize the
hard to
voice actress, or,
inhale,
or would I
and
have
can't
to
really
look
catch
up?
my breath
You'll
at
probably have to
times.
look up based on the character that I know. I don't remember what her name is.
Okay.
Okay, so this is important to pay attention to. If we try to guess incorrectly, basically about what could be a symptom, then we'll fail. So this one, obviously, she has trouble breathing. So that's
Yeah, that's not
pretty obviously a symptom.
So she's having trouble breathing. It's a light case of dyspnea.
So apparently, the guy that
Record the
they
patient's symptom.
got to research things for this game got so good at, like, because of all the things that he had researched, that they would actually go to him for like certain medical advice.
It's pretty funny.
Yes, Doctor. Congratulations. You received the symptom. Dyspnea.
You got a symptom.
I searched on IMDb Trauma Team.
You need to say it
First
like that?
is Trauma Team 2012, which is apparently a movie.
Oh.
Then there's the game Trauma Team video game 2010.
Yeah.
Make
And then
it sound
Trauma
like we're
Team
playing a video
TV
game or
episode
something.
2004.
Yeah.
That is my
Video
default
game.
syntax and inflection for new record entries. Will it affect the diagnosis? I have a variety of templates in my database if you would prefer another.
Change it. This isn't a game, you know. What were they thinking when they put you together?
Probably not about the end user.
Understood, Doctor. Changing my expression at the end of the sentence.
Do you have any idea what this person's name is?
Their actual name?
In game.
Oh, Nicole Summers.
Okay. Control
New
F
symptom
Nicole.
observed. Dyspnea.
Actually, I'm on my phone, so it's just finding page.
Oh, that'll do. It's about as close to normal as
NIC
you're gonna
is
get.
not on the full cast page. It's a mystery.
So she might not be credited.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too
Actually,
surprised.
I
It's a
had to
pretty
take a
minor
day off
role.
from school
so-
yesterday too.
Yeah.
I was getting short of breath just sitting still, and my heart would start pounding.
That's actually 2 symptoms technically.
Yeah.
So you've got palpitations.
See, he
and
even
shortness of breath,
notes it as
even while
2.
resting. Mm-hmm. What about now? Are you still experiencing these symptoms?
Oh, yes. I've been feeling like this since yesterday.
I see. I'll need to auscultate you later on.
I'm sorry. Thinking about this is a little depressing. Oh,
Someone
but
just
there's
credited
something good
as
that's happened.
voice.
Really? Well, they do that sometimes.
I've never been able to stick to a diet before. But lately I've been able to lose weight no matter what I eat.
That doesn't sound normal.
Yeah.
Lost weight? Well, she seems rather happy about it. Losing weight without
Yeah,
doing
actually, if
anything
my
isn't
weight
normal.
suddenly changed
should add that to
drastically,
the
then I
list.
would probably suspect something's up.
Yeah.
Because my weight doesn't change that much.
Understood, Doctor. New
I mean,
symptom
depending on which
observed.
direction it goes, it might be
Decrease
kind of
in
nice. As long as you catch whatever the problem is soon enough.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a problem.
Yikes, what am I talking about? Anyway, That's it. Doctor, am I sick with something?
But I'm pretty sure it is the voice actress for Rise from Persona 4.
All right, that should do it. There's no need for further consultation.
One thing that I do like about this game, it will tell you when you're done. So if you get this message, that means you got all of the symptoms from the questions.
Certainly, Doctor. Please continue with the auscultation. Signs of palpitations and shortness of breath can be detected by the patient's speech.
Yeah. You know, it sounds like you're the one giving me orders.
No, I'm pretty sure it's for us.
Doctor, the auscultation exam is now available.
Alright, so you can use the
All
stethoscope.
right, I'm going to take a listen. Could you lift up your clothing for me?
Oh, okay. This is a little embarrassing.
Doctor, please express more consideration when examining patients of the opposite gender. The social and legal intricacies of such interactions require greater care to avoid unnecessary risks.
Hey now, I'm just using a stethoscope. How else you expect me to examine her?
Oh, I'll be all right.
Oh, look, you just made this whole deal even more awkward for her.
Alright, so we can...
Pretty sure that the, like, flushing effect faded away before the rest of the screen. Like, I'm pretty sure there was, it cut to that just wasn't there, and then the background faded out.
Alright, so I'm going to put the Wii Remote up to my speaker. Or my
Your
microphone.
speaker?
Yeah, I'm going to put the speaker up to my microphone. And, so you can hear it. Okay, so the one that we're actually hearing is the yellow one, and then the normal sounds are blue. So you can switch between them by pressing, like, up or down, I think. Hey, hold Z and tilt up or down.
Alright.
And then you press A when you discover an abnormality. So that's her heartbeat. That's a normal heartbeat. I don't know if you can hear it very well. It's actually pretty soft. But, yeah, that's definitely...
We could crank up the Wii Remote volume.
Eh.
It's not
I
all
think
the
I
way.
have mine
Heart
pretty
rate is
low,
elevated.
and for good reason.
Yeah.
RONI, record that symptom.
Anyways, you can also
Yes, Doctor.
just
New
see it
symptom observed.
on the
Yeah.
Increased
on the
heart
TV.
rate.
So what you're supposed to be doing is basically putting the Wii Remote up to your ear, like, you know, you actually have the listening part of its stethoscope.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely looks off too.
The patient's breathing pretty rapidly. RONI, make a note of it.
Yes, Doctor.
Also,
New
I'm pretty
symptom
sure
observed.
both lungs will give you the same same reading. Yeah, so usually you don't need to check both of them. You just need to check one lung. And then this is okay. That's normal.
Also, if you stopped hearing the
Huh?
heartbeat stuff, it's because we kind of just
The more I
decided
examine
to
the
not
patient,
bother
the more
because
incongruities I
realistically, it's you see it well enough.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
Time to check them
I mean,
out with
it's
a visual
you're gonna hear
exam.
like a, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
you're not missing much.
Okay, so now we can do visual exam, so we can look at the patient and find abnormalities.
Jazz hands.
Have you've been waiting like this whole time to point out the jazz hands?
That I like how we're on
Hands
episode
are
2 and that's already become a running
That's not a
joke with
good
me in this
sign.
game.
What's his name?
Somehow I feel like it's Gabriel.
You're right.
I won't know that tomorrow.
RONI, make a note.
I'm just gonna randomly text you the
Symptom
characters'
observed.
names.
Trembling
Hit points.
fingertips.
And I'm not gonna know which one's which.
I'll text them with pictures. Or better yet, I'll just text you pictures of like the concept art with the characters, you know, name with it. Okay, see anything else?
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah, there's a rash on her neck.
Yeah,
Swelling.
There appears to be swelling on her neck.
that's not
All right.
that noticeable. I
sorry.
honestly,
It is kind of faint.
Yes.
I honestly
please do
noticed
so.
that more because
see.
when you said,
Does
"Is there
this hurt?
anything else?" I was like,
It does hurt.
"Do I
a
remember there
little.
being anything else?"
Well, I think we should do
And
a
then I
CT
remembered
scan.
something about the
RONI,
neck.
make
And
arrangements
then
for
I
image
looked at the
analysis.
neck.
Yeah.
And then I saw it.
I am initiating the approval process. Please designate a date for this procedure and list any other pertinent details.
What? It's for today. Immediately, right now. Capiche? There's got to be an open slot for.
Doctor, are you aware of hospital regulations?
No one ever got better by following regulations. Now hurry up and do it.
Yes, doctor. New symptom observed. Swollen neck. Also, the CT exam is now
Okay, so all the 3 things that we've done so far, questioning, stethoscope, and visual examination, you do here in the office. And I don't think there's anything else.
Well,
for
that's
the
all the
visual
obvious
exam.
symptoms. Let's end the exam for
And
now.
I think the game's confirming that as well.
Thank you very much.
Don't thank me just yet.
So now we can
Exams
go
are
and
over.
you can get
You
scans
may have to
done,
come back
and
here,
those are in
depending
a
on the
different room,
results, okay?
obviously.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll do just that.
Now, time to leave the exam room. I'll just come back if I need to.
So now we can leave.
Dr. Cunningham, I am obligated to provide you with
You
instructions.
point at a room and then you press A and you go there.
Please proceed to the
I'm not an intern, RONI. I know how this hospital works.
And we're not playing this on intern difficulty, so we're not interns, RONI. Okay, so we just point to the image analysis lab and we can go there.
This
Like
room
I
is
said.
allotted for doctors to confirm and review images of their patients.
The CT's
Also,
ready,
this is
right?
like Weather Channel
Well, let's
music.
check it out.
Yeah.
Local on the 8th. This is exactly that.
Speaking of things
The high
that
for
actually
today
crap,
is
Patient's images.
32 degrees.
I'm just remembering in the investigation thing, I remember there was a sound effect they kept complaining sounded exactly
Now
like a Sonic
only
sound
the
effect
image
from the
files.
casino level.
Oh.
I'm just remembering that now.
Dr. Cunningham.
Okay, these ones can be kind of annoying because what you're doing is you're looking at these, you know, CT and they have MRIs as well as like scintigraphy exams, and you have to find the differences. So it's, you know, it's like one of those spot the differences things, but they're, you know, just kind of monochromatic. And
X-ray is applied to the human body, and
Yeah.
tomographic images can be taken of the affected area.
but yes, computer topography,
You know I went to
CT.
med school, right? Not online classes or something. I'm an actual doctor.
I am aware of your credentials.
Speaking of online classes,
This
at least at the
explanation
school
is
I go
written
to,
into
I've
my
had to take a
default
few
settings.
Is that
online.
so?
Not
Well,
nearly as good
good thing
as
they didn't
physical
program me with
in-person
anything
classes.
useful,
At
huh?
least where
I've
I
never
go.
taken an online class, mostly because I know
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's
how
bad.
kind of bad they are.
It's a lot more work, and you get a lot less out of it.
Okay, so these are
All
CT
right.
scans. So they show you the cross section of the body. And so this is, again, we're going to be going between the patient's image and the normal image. And here's the fun part. Some of these images won't have anything wrong at all. So basically, I'm probably just going to try to swap back and forth between the two on a semi-regular basis, and
I mean,
we'll just try to see if
they
we can see.
seem the same.
I'm not seeing anything on.
It'd be really nice if there wasn't a loading screen.
Yep. Okay, this is a lot bigger. This one's pretty easy. They're not all this easy.
This will help with the diagnosis. I should go back to my room and sort out all these symptoms.
Okay, so I think for now, we've gotten all of the symptoms that we need to get. So we're gonna leave the Weather Channel and go to somewhere else. We'll go to the elevator for elevator music.
Well then, time to narrow down our candidates from these symptoms.
Yeah, no, we're still at the Weather Channel.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so we can point at RONI and sort out all of the symptoms that we've collected so far, and then we can also save if we really want to. We can also talk
Show
if we
me the
feel like it.
likely
I think that's
conditions
for
from
when
the
you get
symptoms we
stuck.
found.
So that's kind of like the hint system.
Yeah.
Yes, doctor.
All right, so this is going to be kind of the main meat. Well, actually, I guess the main meat is finding the symptoms. This is the where you put it all together. So we can look at a list of diseases that fit some of the symptoms that we have. and the game will have details of symptoms that go along with these given diseases. So we can basically look at the symptoms that we've collected so far and then read it and see if they show up. So it looks like swollen thyroid gland is a symptom. So swelling on the neck is there, causing difficulty breathing. Sorry, dyspnea is difficulty breathing. Increased breath rate is dyspnea, and then this one is increased heart rate.
Yeah.
So it actually forces you to learn what some of these words mean.
Yeah.
As well as trembling fingers and weight
All
loss.
right. All the symptoms seem applicable to this candidate.
So all the symptoms we've found so far go along with this disease.
It is possible there may be more candidates which match the patient's symptoms. I advise checking the symptoms against other candidates as well.
Did I say I was finished with my diagnosis?
So the game is going to force you to actually investigate some of the other ones. I did the one that I know that it is first because I know that it's that one. Okay, so it's basically going to be the same thing over and over again. We might start talking about different things. This one's just reading. So swollen neck.
Yeah. It's reading comprehension, the game.
Difficulty breathing. Increased heart rate. Increased breath rate. Trembling fingers. Weight loss. I don't know if there's anything about swollen thyroid gland.
There's some
swelling of the thyroid gland.
This candidate seems quite plausible
Actually,
as well.
I forget if it's this one or the other one. I thought it was the other one, but I might be wrong.
We should continue checking the other candidates and narrow down the list of matches.
Although,
Yeah.
sometimes we will do ones even if I know it's not the right one, because it's funny. All right. So increased heart rate, headaches, sweating, hallucination, trembling fingertips. But that's about it. All right. Bloodstream, hyperthyroidism, thyroid gland swells, swelling on the neck.
I feel like if she's complaining about her
Difficulty
throat
breathing.
hurting, painless thyroiditis sounds wrong.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's not this.
Trembling fingertips, weight loss.
Yep. This one's a match too. That's 3 possible candidates.
I agree, Doctor. However, these are all thyroid gland diseases.
Yeah, I know. There's a good chance the patient's got a thyroid problem. RONI, let's move on to the definitive diagnosis. Get approval for the necessary exams.
So sometimes you'll have to go back and try out some of the symptoms that you found before the game will let you have access to different scans or information.
Yep. You catch on fast.
I'm sending the request now. An MRI exam, a scintigraphy exam, and an analysis exam are now available.
So now we have a whole bunch of exams to look at.
Now we need something more concrete for our diagnosis.
I agree, Doctor. Hopefully, the additional exams will be of use.
Okay, so I usually hit the save thing
Dr. Cunningham.
by
Yeah.
nature, even if it's,
The examination
you know,
to perform
right,
not really
analysis
necessary.
exams.
Well, it's like for me in Paper Mario, every time I walk by a save block, I use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
do
one of
know
those
my
things
way
that it's a
around
good
my own
habit to
world.
get into. The game doesn't have autosave, get in the habit of saving.
Preparations for the
Yeah.
scintigraphy and MRI exams have been completed.
Perfect. Let's get right to it then.
all right.
Allow me to provide information about the exams that are now
So
available.
we have these two, and then the analysis exam is a different exam. We
whatever.
actually look at
I don't
that
have
back at
energy
the
to even
office.
try and stop you anymore.
Scintigraphy is an exam where the accumulation and distribution of radioisotopes are made into images.
It's pretty cool, actually.
The uptake of isotopes, the condition of tumors and organs can be analyzed. Next, the magnetic resonance imaging exam. It uses magnetism to take cross-section images of the human body. It is similar to a CT scan, but there is no exposure to radiation.
I mean, they do a pretty good job of explaining what
MRI
the tests are
exams
without
can yield more
going into
detailed
too much
images.
technical
They are
detail.
generally used for foci in the head.
You're just a walking encyclopedia of things I already know, huh?
All right, so we'll look at the MRI first.
I do like that they have a sense of humor about the.
Yeah.
I know this.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel a little more natural that they're explaining it to you.
Okay, so same kind of deal with this one. We're just gonna switch between the two. Basically, what I try to do is like find an area of focus and then just look at it and then switch between the two and see if anything looks. I don't see anything different on the MRI.
Pretty sure I remember this one being really obvious. Yep.
So here's the patient's image. That one's very small.
Yeah, I mean both of them are.
The uptake of radioactive iodine is concentrated in several areas of the thyroid gland. RONI, make a record of this.
Yeah, I think you only need to click like this one because it's significantly smaller. Alright, so I think that's all we get from those new exams. So now we're going to head to the office. That's actually where we're going to get most of our, the exam room. That's where we're going to get most of our information.
Good morning, Doctor. What did the test results say?
Well, we're still narrowing it down, but it's most likely a thyroid gland disease.
Thyroid gland? I'm going to be able to sing again, right?
It's actually kind of funny that this
my
patient
voice.
is in a choir and is really concerned about singing, considering that her voice actor plays Rise, who's a model who sings in Persona 4. So it's kind of funny.
Just hang in there until the final results are in.
That's true. I'm sorry.
Also, jazz fingers.
RONI, how about it? Is the analysis exam done?
Yes, Doctor. Would you like to look at the file?
Of course. Why bother with an exam if we don't look at the results? Bring it up.
Understood. Opening the file.
Well then, let's go in order and compare.
All right, so this is look at numbers and see if they're within a range. Yay. So here's the normal range, and you just
those are some really clean results.
What?
All the ones that were on screen for measured level end in 0.0.
Oh, yeah. These results aren't real. They must be fake. Okay, that's in range. That's in range.
Yeah, nothing
that's in
weird
range.
yet.
That's in range. That's in range. Yep.
I feel like I remember the only ones that were wrong being at the very bottom.
Yep. Pretty sure that is what's the case.
We're still good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still good.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yep. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Oh, FT3. And FT4.
This one's literally just looking at the numbers.
Yeah. I feel.
RONI,
Yeah, and TSH.
make a record of this.
Understood.
Yep.
Doctor.
All three.
New symptom observed.
But these ones are often really useful in narrowing it down between certain conditions,
It isn't
though.
by much. The FT4 level's a bit higher than the standard range. RONI, record that for me.
Understood, Doctor.
Your TSH value seems rather low. RONI, please record that.
Understood, Doctor. New symptom observed.
And that's it. So now we can take these new symptoms and
Well,
go back to
that about
the
does it
office.
here. Let's go back to my office and continue the diagnosis.
So we should be able to wrap it up with the
Yeah.
information that we have now.
Yeah, I think I remember that being the end of it.
Okay. Actually, it might be Plummer's disease. Kind of sounds familiar. We're going to scroll down here. So, low TSH, high FT4, high FT3, abnormal thyroid uptake.
Yay.
It's official. The patient is suffering from Plummer's disease.
And I'm pretty sure you can't have any duplicates where it's like two of them both match everything. if you get all of the symptoms
Is it
and
bad
get
that
to
I'm
the
thinking
end,
Contact
Plummer's
orthopedics
disease and
department.
trying to
We
think
need
of
to
a
put
Mario.
Mario
together
joke to
a
make.
Understood, Doctor.
She's about to get kidnapped by a giant turtle.
looks like you didn't have any good jokes coming down the pipeline.
Jeez.
All that's left
No,
is to tell the
no, I
patient
didn't.
that she doesn't have something that's too serious.
Yay!
And then that's probably going to be the episode because we've been recording for about a half hour.
And so,
Yep.
it's
So
just
these
a
ones
simple
take a
orthopedic
while,
procedure.
in case you couldn't tell. This one's pretty short. Some of them have multiple sections, so we might record the entire section at once.
Yeah.
Actually,
we'll probably
after
split them
after
up.
what happened to our
Or maybe we
investigation
won't.
one, we should probably
so much.
at least cycle the recording about halfway, after about a half hour,
Yeah, we might cycle the recording in the middle of.
just to so that
Them.
first of all, so that it's less likely to
Come
corrupt,
on
and so
in.
that if it does corrupt, we don't lose as much.
That, yeah.
You again. What do you want now?
My, how rude! I am the chief, after all. It's my job to watch over everyone in this ward.
Just answer his question.
All right.
What do you
just
want?
Get to the point. What do you want?
Would it kill you to be civilized?
Would it kill you to answer the question?
I just got word from Tomoe. Joshua's operation went well.
Yay.
Yay.
You're not going to go see him then?
The operation's over. Why would they need another doctor?
That's not what I mean. What I'm trying to say is,
Yeah. What else is on your mind?
He seems affectionate.
here.
An invitation? You want me to go to a medical conference?
It's a good one. With an after party. And it's in Japan. It's being catered by an Italian chef. I can hardly wait. Hey, what was that for?
Unfortunately, I don't have time for pointless things. If conferences saved lives, I'd be the first one in line. Oh, and by the way, can you take this to Hank?
What? Surgery instructions? Gabe, I'm the chief, not your personal carrier pigeon.
Hey, you said it's your
Damn
duty
it,
to
Jim.
watch
I'm
over
a
the
doctor, not an escalator.
Ugh, fine then.
And cut. So that was the first diagnosis.
All right.
And in the next episode, we'll be starting Naomi Kimishima's story.
And if it takes anywhere, well, if it takes about as long as it did last time, which basically means if we get stuck again, it'll definitely be in at least 2 parts. Might.
Hers? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be more than one part.
Yeah. Unless we get really lucky and do things really well, it's gonna be at least 2 parts.
So we'll see you guys next time. So thank you very much for watching. I've been redxparasite,
I've been 327.
signing out.